Footy Fanatics FC live from New York City. And of course, we're not just live in New York City, we global. This thing is getting global and global and global and global. It's getting too much work. But today I really went global and I got the man himself. Yeah, most of y'all know who I'm about to bring in. Obviously, he's on the thumbnail. So if y'all don't peep the thumbnails, then y'all slow. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta pay attention to little details and ting, right? But today I'm bringing the man, my brother from the UK. I'm out to have my brother Flawless, my boy Flawless in the building, bro. You know, it's an absolute pleasure to have you, bro. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Big up Jake. Jake, big up the panel. Make sure you like the panel, Jake, please. We got Flawless, bro. Yo, Flawless, introduce yourself, my brother.
Hey, big up for having me first and foremost. Much appreciated. Great intro. You know what I'm saying? Great intro, Omar. So much appreciated. And before I even get to that, everyone who's locking in right now, watching live or watching this back, hit the like button on the video, man, and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Because Omar, you know what I'm saying, he's doing his thing, and you already see him starting, putting in the work. But yeah, for those that don't know, Manchester United fan, also a fellow content creator like Omar. And like I said, Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Please, it's in the description below. All his socials is in the description below. So make sure y'all on top of that. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all just drop the likes. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all engage in conversation. Obviously, today, the title speaks for itself. I'm going to say disastrous and flawless. I don't know. I'm going to get into your take, but these men, bro, are a bunch of dweebs, bro. They are dweebs, bro. When I'm telling you they are a bunch of herbs, like these boys really got bullied. And it's like, you know, when people come take your lunch money, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually happy we scored 3 goals so it don't look embarrassing when you talk to your boys about it. You know what I mean? So big up my boy Ozen Kabakio. Make sure you like Ozen. Make sure you like. Big you up, bro. Yep, we got Flawless. You see what's going on?
Hey, big up Ozen Kabakio.
This New York team is getting dangerous. Never put a New York on the panel. We're gonna get crazy. I'm gonna tell you that. Never put a New York on the panel. It's gonna get crazy. But yo, back to what's important. I know Flawless is as much important, but yo, it was a disaster. Flawless.
Yeah, 100%.
Pulling my hair, bro.
It was the team I wanted to see because it was the 11. I was so fearful that he was gonna run with the diamond formation again. He had to play that team with the injuries. So he had to play that team, had to play that formation. I was like, okay, that's a plus point. First 15, 20 minutes, fine. I don't have no issue with like that. Eric, we should have actually been ahead. Ericsson should have scored. We were sloppy at times, give the ball away a few times. But other than that, defensively solid. Bayern Munich didn't create anything. And very similar to the Brighton game, first shot on target, first goal. I'm saying first shot on target from them, first goal, terrible mistake by Onana, and then I'm like, oh, here we go again. Here we go again.
It's an 11-man team. I don't know if you've seen he came out and he's taking the full fault. He said, "This is all my fault. This is my L." Yeah, he said, "This is my fault. If that would have went in, the game would have been different." It's a team game, bro.
Yeah.
Ericsson was horrible, and I don't know what to do anymore. At this point, I really do not know what to do anymore. It's just like it's consistency of the same players that you expect something of. Big up my boy Staffy, by the way. Make sure everyone in here is smashing the likes. Big up Staffy again. Hopefully Staffy could get on, man. Yo, Staffy, you should definitely hop on. But yeah, it's like it comes to a point where it's like, what are we gonna do, dog? It's like, how can we move forward? Today, I seen the only things. First of all, the fact that we shredded. Yo, every United fan should smack their back of the neck, bro. Everybody shredded Reguilón, right? When we signed Reguilón,
we did, myself included.
Shred, that was the biggest shred.
Yeah.
He's been the brightest thing on that pitch in the past 2 games.
He was our best player today. He was our best player today. 110%. He was our best player today.
We violating this man. A number 3 on Spurs, and we out here.
But you know what he's done? You know what he's done, though? And I say this all the time to people who try and defend these players for poor performances. Big up to Noah as well. Is good performances shut people up. The same way you've just said there, you had your doubts over Reguilón. I had my doubts over Reguilón. I thought it was a bad signing. The vast majority of the fan base did. But guess what? He's put in 2 performances, and even though we've looked terrible in those 2 performances and lost both those games against 2 teams, he's actually looked good. So the reason why he's not going to get criticism, you know why? Because he's performing. That's why I don't hear the excuse of oh, everybody's playing poor, so it's okay for players to play poor. No, because we're seeing it with Reguilon.
no,
Reguilon don't look as bad as the rest of the team.
that's
Hoyland don't look as bad as the rest of the team. So
1,000%.
when does individual accountability become a thing? That's how I look at it in regards to it.
And as we look at Jake L's comment right here, we need to talk about recruitment, Casemiro, Martinez, Eriksson. First of all, we cannot sit and granted, these guys have been in terrible form in the past 5 games, but we cannot. Last season, you would have never commented that. And that's the thing. We need to stop as fans. We need to stop nitpicking because the past couple games form is going to be form. You're going to have great patches and you're going to have decent patches. You're going to have shit patches. And it is what it is. Casemiro, if we're going to talk about him today, he put 2 goals in the back of the net. Martinez helped. I thought he was livelier personally than Lindelof. At the back forward,
he wasn't that
was number 1, and I thought Martinez was the best one in the back.
Yeah.
So personally, we cannot sit here and nitpick on who we want.
Yeah, Max, I don't think the signings have been bad. I think you hit the nail on the head there, Omar, in regards to yes, that those 3 players in particular are in poor form right now. But do I think Martinez was bad today? Are they trying to blame him for the second goal that Gnabry scored? I don't think that's on him. Casemiro today, even outside
Eriksson
of
should have been chopping back. It's on Eriksson. Why he not checking back?
Eriksson, I'm looking at Lindelof. You know what I'm saying? That's who I think. You're marking nobody. They trying to blame Martinez because he's over there with Kane, but I think more so Lindelof. Dalot's there with Musiala. That's on Lindelof. It's over your side. You're the right-sided centre back. He's in the left-sided channel. But in regards to the signings, I don't really have an issue with the vast majority of the signings overall. The manager's just. This window's been bad. You know what I'm saying? This window, lack of play.
I don't want to.
Go on.
I don't want to talk about this window personally because I feel like I'm officially come at the window when the window's on the field, healthy and ready to go.
That's fair. That's why I can say the window's so. That's why I can say the window's so far. Like for instance, Kim Min Jae, if we signed him like we should have, he's starting for us today. We all know that we needed an upgrade, not necessarily because Varane's a top quality centre back. Everyone knows we needed an upgrade on Lindelof. Lindelof is not good enough. He should be 5th choice centre back. So as soon as Varane's unavailable, it's Lindelof. He's at fault for one of the goals, for the Welbeck goal to me, him and Casemiro against Brighton. Then you're at fault today. But the reason why I'm not criticising Victor Lindelof heavily overall for his performance is because I know he's not good enough. That's why I don't critique. This is why I will get on Martinez. I will get at a Casemiro. I will criticize a Rashford because they're our best players and throw Varane in the mix.
They need to show up. They need to. Now that's the Brunos. I'm honestly like it's time for them to show up. Bruno and them men, it's time for them men to show up, bro.
Yeah.
We sit here, we big these guys up consistently, always bigging them up. But these men don't shut up in the big games. Like I said, today we was actually lucky to put 3 goals in the back of the net.
I agree with that. And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what makes the result worse is because even if we defended from an average perspective, an average level, if we defended to an average level, not even competent, I'm not even asking for good. If we defend to an average level, we get a result today. I'm not saying we win, but we get a result today. But the same patterns, as soon as we score, we concede. And I called it. As soon as we score, we then concede.
It feels so easy, bro. It feels so easy. Like you seen the last goal, I see the boy making a run. I never heard of him before. I don't even know who that kid is. They talk about he got 3 goals or how many goals in the past 3. What up? I haven't even heard this man. I can't even pronounce it. Was it Teo? Yo,
I'm not even sure. I was disinterested at that point.
Out there. Someone correct me. Try to put a pronunciation on the bottom in the comments. But I see the boy making a run for the past 10 minutes. I felt like he was running forever, bro. I felt like it was a glitch. And one long ball in the box, finish it like that. Is really that easy to score on us at this point?
Yeah, and that's a big concern.
One of the most clean sheets last season is really that easy?
That's it. And it's the same personnel. That's what makes no sense to me. It's the same personnel. The team hasn't changed and we're defensively worse. And I'm looking at it and I don't get why. Like I said, the manager picked the right team today, but we conceded way too many goals. And I don't know why. Too many individual mistakes.
Because if you look at past, 6 games, the amount of goals that got scored on, bro, has been it's been.
I think it's 14, something like that. Something ridiculous like that.
I think it's 10. I think it's 10 to Pat. It was 10 at Brighton, and then today is 4. That's 14 goals
14.
in the past 6 games. And let's talk about goals we scored. I think we scored 6 or 5, something like that. Plus today, so that ratio looks horrible.
Yeah, because
that shit look like shit.
Yeah, but I knew we was the reason why I'm not surprised about us from an offensive standpoint. Because I know we ain't good offensively. We scored 58 league goals last season. And all we've added to the
But we was
attack
missing
now
the striker. It was Hoyland.
is we've added Hoyland. He looks like decent. He looks like he's gonna be a threat and get goals and get assists. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, the manager messed up in this window. Just gone like so far. Like, do I think Amrabat adds to the team? Yes. Kobe Mainoo getting back into the team also adds to it. But you have to cut out defensive issues. I don't get why we look just so weak defensively. Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Like, and it's not even that. Man said we're not even protecting like the edge of the box. I don't look at that's not why we conceded the goals today. Not today. The first one was Onana's mistake. The second one, I'm sorry, Lindelof got to do better. The third one
Penalty
is
was
a penalty. Yeah, the penalty's horrible. And then the fourth one,
terrible.
Lindelof not tracking his runner. Like, that's to me. But again, I'm mentioning Lindelof twice there. Players who are not good enough. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what it is, Flawless? Last season, these players had improved. I don't know what it is from that season, this season, that they come to shit the bed. It ain't time to fucking shit the bed. 33% of goals are scored from zone 14. It's the most important area of the pitch to penetrate or defend.
I hear that.
The layoff from Kane was into zone 14. I agree, but it's just like it's how we gonna fix this problem.
Wait, which layoff from Kane? Which goal is he talking about?
I think he's talking about the first one?
Oh yeah, the Onana. Yeah, the one, Onana should save that though. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna happen. The goalkeeper should save that. If the goalkeeper saves that, we're not talking about defending the edge of the area. Sane's done well. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice given goal. That's on the goalkeeper.
Gandalf, big up my boy Bath Time for calling me Gandalf, first of all. That's crazy. In case they call me Gandalf on these panels, bro. I guess I'm a sorcerer because I be cooking. But what you call it? The lines are high. The lines are high, but bro, isn't that what we wanted? We wanted a high.
I don't think none of the goals we conceded today was because of a high line.
I don't think so either. It was a penalty in one maybe, which is the fourth. When I seen that run coming from a distance. The fourth goal,
but that's not the high. But whether you're in a low block and defending deep, or whether it's a high line, if you don't track runners, you're gonna concede goals. Track the runner. That's nothing to do with a high line.
That's when Serge was just chilling in the box. Someone should have passed him a spliff.
Track the runner.
That was the point. I'm so serious, bro. He could have rolled up a whole spliff, lit it up, and then scored. That's how bad it was over there, bro.
Track the runner. Like, I don't like. That's just what that fourth goal was on. So I don't think it's anything to do with a high line.
I don't think it has nothing to do with fitness, Bath Time.
I think that's very I think that's a very lazy analysis to say it's due to fit. Professional athletes are not fit.
I don't think it has.
That's crazy.
Because
Omar's a chef. That's like him not being able to turn on the cooker.
I can't cook. Yeah,
that's like you just like that's I'm a chef. I can't turn on. I can't. It's too hot in the kitchen. What do you mean it's too hot in the kitchen? You're a chef. Like, this is regular stuff. I'm not saying cook me a 5-star meal. I'm saying
show up.
You're used to heat. Yeah. It's too hot. I can't work in heat.
That's why I don't think it has nothing to do with fitness.
Yeah, I don't think it's a fitness thing.
These men are built. These men got engines. We're gonna talk about McTominay, even Rashford, Casemiro maybe don't have speeds, and him and Eriksen maybe we could question fitness. You get what I'm saying? So that's
just a lack of mobility from him, but we knew that about Eriksen.
We all know what his issue is, so we gotta keep that.
In regards
this is a great question, and at the same time, it's a horrible question. You know, one of those.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like this is just Joseph. Big you up first of all. It's the first time I think I've seen you on the panel, so big you up, yo. Make sure big up Joseph, everyone. It's a great question, but at the same time, it's a horrible because like out of 6, how many really took 2 wins? So we're 2 and 4. So I can see why that's a great question. But at the same time, until the team is fully fit and balling the way, we missing 6 starters today, bro. Luke Shaw, and Wan-Bissaka, Varane, right? Amrabat technically is a starter, right? Who else?
I hear you.
Mainoo, Malacia. They're not starters, but
I get what I'm just trying to think. The fact that you're calling them, the fact that take Varane out of it because I rate Varane highly, like he's top quality. Take Amrabat out of it as well because I think he'll add.
I think Amrabat.
Look at the players you're talking about missing. Players who we know are not good enough. Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, Anthony, Mason Mount. These players are not good enough.
Not good. I agree with you, but that's
and the fact that we're missing them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that's testament to how bad the team is. Like take Mason out of it, you could argue the rest of them are starters who you mentioned, but they're not good enough. But hey, we move.
I mean, it's something that everybody is gonna have to Let's get back to the recruitment and the not the.
I don't think it's not. I don't think it's been 95% flops.
I really need to stop the blaming recruitment. We blame the money. We blame the recruitment.
Yeah.
I think it's deeper. It's deep. I feel like if these players were at other club, they would have succeeded.
Yeah, I don't think 95%. I think that's way too high. I don't think 95% of the players have been flops.
And I bet you if we had Anthony today, we would have had some more of a threat up top. As much as people try to burn Anthony, when he's on the field, I'm starting to realize there's a pattern. When he's on the field, there's more threatful on the right wing side. I'm not saying Facundo was bad, but you could clearly tell the levels today. To me, Palestri was not ready for these levels that he was on for today.
I think we just didn't give. He was up
against somebody. He didn't get received.
He didn't get the ball, number one, and number two.
He was trying to get the ball from the back. I seen that.
He's against someone who's electric in Alphonso Davies. And just in regards to this, when you saw Upamecano tonight, do you think Martinez, Lindelof, Maguire, Evans can defend in those wide areas the way he did? I think Martinez can, yes, because he's good enough. The others you mentioned, no, because they're not good enough.
Mind you,
they're not good enough.
Upamecano is a
they're
player
not good enough. So I don't think it's a question.
Himself.
So it's nothing there. Yeah, it's nothing to do with the high line because Lindelof, Maguire, and Evans are not good enough regardless.
Hey, they're boys. Flawless, we got another guest joining us, man. We got, of course, everybody in here. Most of everybody in here be tuning into these panels because I met most of the people in here off of it. We got the GOAT. Y'all GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Big up Staffy TV. He's right on. Honestly, this is a great link up right here. I got Staffy and I got Flawless. Woohoo!
It's a fire link up. It's a fire link up.
What? It's a great link up.
Yeah.
Beautiful as well. Conversation is getting beautiful.
I'm good, bro. Yeah, I listened to you guys on the way back. As I messaged you, I was like, I was on the way back home, so I was listening to you guys until I turned it off just to walk into my house. So I pretty much heard the whole thing. But first of all, before we get started, make sure you're hitting those like buttons. Make sure you're subscribing if you're new. Big up Omar for having me as always. Big up Flawless. Listen, guys, I always sit here and I talk bad about United fans. I call them goofy. I call them some of the worst fan base, but Flawless is definitely not one of them. He's one of the goats actually of this fan base. So show him some love for sure. But what are we saying, boys?
I was just literally
you tell us what you think. You tell us what you think. First of all, we want to give a shout out to CK, Michael, Temi, and Ozzy. Y'all, listen, Jake, I swear if I could get the world on this, and as you see, it's a global thing, brother. Yo, Flawless, where you staying in the UK? You and Manny?
Yeah, I'm from Manchester. Born and bred.
We got Manchester, we got New Jersey, we got New York City. Like, it's really crazy. So to get, and then obviously I got CK in LA, Temi in Washington, DC, Michael's in Greece right now, Ozzy's in London somewhere. So if we could get everybody meshed, I would love to. Maybe one day.
That would be a better lineup than the lineup we put out today. I'll tell you
that's facts. That is facts.
Bro, 100%. I promise you, I will give a better performance on this panel than Erickson gave us off the ball because that shit was horrendous.
But I want to big up him. He mentioned my fault. I want to big up these boys he mentioned. But yo, Staffy, please go ahead. Take the throne. Me and Flawless, we got into the juice of things and we spoke about our thoughts, and I think our thoughts are starting. They mesh. It's agreed. So from your analysis, obviously you watch the game live. If everybody in here, please make sure y'all tune into his live reaction to the game. The watch alongs, get into that. But you tell me why Guam, bro. What are you saying?
I kind of disagree with the title. You're saying disaster. I don't see it being a disaster. I'll tell you why it's not a disaster. I was told we were going to lose 4-0. We lost 4-3, but so by the standards, we actually did pretty well. I'm gonna be honest with you. We got 3 more goals than people thought we would. But here's the thing. Here's the reality. We spoke about this yesterday, Omar, and we said, would you take a W tomorrow? Would you take a W on the weekend? When we all said on the weekend. So when you look at the score on paper, 4-3 at the Allianz Arena after 34 games in a row for them in the Champions League being undefeated, at the end of the day, on paper, that's not disastrous at all. You know, I think with our best team, we would still go to the Allianz and probably not win. The manner of defeat that upsets me. I'm not angry today. Everyone associates me with being angry. But today I'm not angry. I'll tell you why. I think we lost down to individual mistakes. Onana, listen, I'm a back Onana no matter what. People today were like, see, we told you he's a shit goalkeeper, blah, blah, blah. It's his first mistake. People were acting like he makes this mistake once a game. They're like, he can't make a save for his life. No, today he made a mistake. You can tell, by the way, it was so obvious, his body language. He was so disappointed for the rest of the game. He couldn't get it out of his head that his team is now trailing because of him. And it was so obvious, which is why he spoke to CBS right after the game, by the way. He asked Peter Schmeichel to speak first.
Respect that.
Secondly, I think he's our captain without even having an armband. That guy has such leadership mentality. I love it. So I'm backing no matter what.
You're in the Champions League night and you go in there. You see, it's not easy. Clearly, obviously, we know it's not.
He made a mistake, but I've seen worse. Yeah. It's always gonna happen, bro. It's always gonna happen. A goalkeeper is gonna make a mistake here and there, anyways. People are acting like De Gea hasn't done 3 or 4 of these per season in the last 5 years.
He cost us in 2 cups last season. He cost us in 2 cups last season.
We've seen it. I saw that.
History.
I mean, flawless. As soon as I saw that Onana mistake, it reminded me of when De Gea did it in Barcelona. So it's nothing I haven't seen before. People were asking me, "Do you miss De Gea?" No, because I've seen this more than just once with Onana. But anyways, I think. Listen, I love Eriksen as a footballer, but this guy is so done out here. He just reminds me, and I think I said this early in the season. I think he should have the Juan Mata role that we had in the last 2-3 seasons, where we had Mata. He was coming on for 15 minutes a game when we're trying to score a goal and there's such a low block that we can't break. And you just need someone who's going to be the extra body in the final third, throwing in a few crosses, a few passes, stuff like that. I don't think this guy could play 90 minutes anymore. Not even 90 minutes. I don't think he should start games in the 8 anymore because he costs us so much. He's such a hologram on defense. It's actually not funny anymore. The way we conceded that second goal, it was the same goal that we conceded against Brighton 3 times. Cut back, not tracking a runner, easy shot on target. It was the same goal, So Eriksen, I love you, but it's time to hold bench. People who sit here and they're like, oh, why are they talking about Kobe Mainoo like he's Paul Scholes? He doesn't need to be Paul Scholes to play in this team. He just needs to be better than Eriksen. He needs to be more physical than Eriksen. He needs to be more defensive-minded than Eriksen. And he has all these things that I named. So instantly when he comes in, he's already better. And Casemiro, I heard you big him up, Omar, and I'm like, I'm not sure what kind of game you were watching. This guy fooled us. No. Hold on. You don't. No, can you listen to me? First of all, your job is not to score goals. So you're not going to fool me by scoring 2 goals, and I'm going to forget everything that you did during the game. This guy was getting washed by everyone. He was being dragged on the floor by everyone, and it wasn't even Choupo-Moting was dropping him on the floor. So another bad performance from Casemiro. The 2 goals I appreciate, but I need you to do your job, and your job is to be a little bit more solid defensively. Granted, it's not only his fault because I think he needs another 6 next to him, and that's not Eriksen. So the sooner we get Sofyan Amrabat back, the better, because we are crying out loud for a defensive-minded either 6 or 8. Someone needs to come into this team and knows, listen, I need to track back with whoever's making a late run into the box, because the second goal. Who scored the second goal again? For them, whoever it is. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Gnabry.
Yeah, there you go. There's so many runs that are being made by midfielders and wingers that we're not tracking back, and it's actually stupid. Like it's not funny at this point, because I think Reguilon had another good game, but when Reguilon is out of position, who's covering him? And that's the issue. Same thing on the other side. Delo, by the way, and Reguilon, yet another good game. The scores don't reflect always on all the players. That's why I don't agree that Casemiro had a good game. I think there's other players that had a better game than him. Reguilon being one, Delo being one. But this guy that I'm about to mention, I mean, I already know where Flawless stands on this guy because I've heard Flawless too many times. You know what I'm about to say, Flawless. Bruno fucking Fernandes. I am so tired of people talking to me about his chance creations. Bro, you know what it is, bro. When you're a world-class player, I don't care about your 15 assists and hat trick against Luxembourg, okay? I care about what you do in the United shirt and in big games, okay? Yeah, another game where this guy has zero adaptability to what is going on the pitch. I need a midfielder where, like, you know what? Today I need to be a little bit wiser with my passing. Today I need to set a little bit deeper. Today I need to do this. Today I need to do that. I never see this from this guy. This guy gives up the ball so much, and he doesn't turn. I never see him. I'll tell you something, Flawless, and you'll remember this. Rooney in his late days in United, it's crazy to say late days because he was like 27 or 28 at the time, but he got washed a bit early. There was games where he's like, you know what? I'm still Wayne Rooney. Give me the ball, and I'm gonna do something today. Like he'll try to control the game. He'll take over the game. I've seen it. I've seen it from players for years in that United jersey. This guy, I have never seen him say, give me the ball. Today I'm running the show. We're shit on the build-up. All right, give me the ball. I'm going to do what you guys don't do. In the final third, give me the ball here. Pass here,
Staffy,
press here.
What you're asking for is not wrong, but you're asking for it from the wrong person because he can't
I agree.
do it.
But that's why he's not world class.
Yeah.
I need this thing that he's a world class midfielder to end. When we're putting in conversations with De Bruyne and that, I don't want to hear that anymore. Because yes, De Bruyne kind of plays a similar game to him where they're just final third attacking midfielders. But I have seen De Bruyne in games where he's like, hold on, we're losing. Give me the fucking ball and I'll do something. This guy, they never does it. He never does it. And the fourth goal was his mistake because he gave up the ball in the midfield. Then obviously Lindelof didn't track back. But where did the mistake happen? That pass from him. Yet again, another game where I'm looking for my captain and I don't see him doing anything. And it creates so much frustration. Onana, you can tell he's upset. I mean, it's mainly his mistake, but he was upset. Lissandro's getting booked every game because he knows I'm so fucking tired of being on the back foot every game. I'm just defending for my life every game. We're not keeping the ball. The midfielders in front of me are shit. It's impacting everyone around us. And I'm not going to lie. If these players are not believing in the manager anymore, I don't even blame them because they can't sit here like us, just talk about the game for an hour after the game. And they're like, you know what? We'll wait until the injury is back and we'll be good. These guys are getting affected by this every game. There's some players that I don't blame or they could still do better. But there's some players that I'm looking at and I'm like, the team is built around you. The team is built around Bruno. The team is built around Rashford. And we're not doing anything. And people want to sit here and every game talk to me about Onana. Yes, he made a mistake today, but the other few games, he wasn't making a mistake. You know what I mean? So it's like, at what point are we going to admit that we're building this team around the wrong players? Because in big games, I don't see them turning up. Sani's been shit at his time with Bayern. Today, he gets a goal out of nothing. Gnabry, same thing. Gnabry did fuck all game, scored one goal, and he was like, I'm cooking. Motherfucker, you're not cooking. You just cooked us, but everyone is cooking us at this point.
You get what I'm saying? First of all, big up to everyone in here. Please like the panel. Thank you so much. Before I come smack a couple of dweebs too. My thing is, right, this is where my headache comes in, bro. I feel like, and this is why I call it a disaster. Because can we say Bayern was even trying today? Let's be honest.
That is the worst thing about this game is, and not just this game,
but like they didn't try.
Yeah, other defeats. It's not a question of them not trying. It's us getting beat by teams who are not at their best. Bayern Munich were not at their best today, and we lost. Brighton were not at the best, and we lost. Arsenal were not at their best, and we lost. Spurs, for the vast majority of the game, were not at their best, and we lost. That is extremely concerning. Extremely big up. That's extremely concerning. Like it's not looking good. And today, like I said, I don't have no issue with how we lined up because that's how he had to line up. But we just keep giving up goals. Individual errors.
Thank you, nigga.
Individual errors that are unforgivable.
Dog. This is what I'm talking about. Is we moving like snails, lethargic, head down after the first goal. Like you're not getting everybody collecting a 300K check at this point. Bro, put us out there. I swear to God, I'll give a better performance. Because I'm going to play my heart out. You see how Sergio Reguilón was, bro? That's how every player got to be.
Big up Sergio Reguilón, by the way, because I heard you guys talk about that. And by the way, I will hold my hand up and say I didn't want him either.
Facts.
You know, and I didn't expect him to do anything. But this guy, I can tell that this guy understands what it means to play for this club because he is actually putting the shift in. We're not winning, but you can tell he's actually – I never seen him hustle like that for Spurs, by the way. But that's him recognizing that, listen, I have a duty for this club because this club was once great and I need to do anything close to that. And he comes on every time. I'm not going to lie. He might earn himself a contract if he keeps playing like this.
Bro,
him and certain other players are putting shift. I wouldn't go as far as that, but I hear what you're saying.
I definitely prefer him over Shaw. Man, last year I need to see.
Give me a hug, bro. Can you come give me a hug? Can you come give me a hug?
I already know that.
Please come give me a hug. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Because me and this man on the bottom, that's why he's on the bottom, and that's why pause that. But that's why we both up here is because at the end of the day, that man, him on the field is like him off the field, bro. And that's
sure is not it. But in regards to the people are talking about the injuries, do I think that Varane and Amrabat coming back help us defensively? Yes. But our biggest issue last season, and it's been an issue this season so far, even though we scored 3 goals today, is creating chances and scoring goals. Let's put the 3 goals aside because we scored 2 late ones, but let's put the 3 goals aside. Apart from Eriksen's shot, what else did we really create in that game? We had the Højlund header.
The Højlund pass.
The Højlund header.
That he was supposed to read off of Rashi.
Yeah, and like, what we're saying is, it's few we can count on one hand. Yeah, if you can count on one hand the amount of even half chances. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about clear cut. We're even creating half chances. at this moment in time. And this is not just against Bayern Munich. This is a problem. So people talking about injuries, I hear it from a defensive standpoint. Varane definitely helps with that. Amrabat, Kobe Mainoo definitely help with that. Who's helping offensively?
You see what I can't wait for is they're good with moving the ball forward. Like I said, Staffy, I said this on your show. Amrabat and Mainoo are a way better Fred. They're Fred, but just way better. Fred.
Don't ever put Mainoo and Fred in the same sentence.
Bro,
again.
I just said
I'll
they're
leave
way
the
better.
show.
But
no,
look,
don't ever put them in the same.
I bet you anything. If we had Fred these past 2 games, there would have been a different outcome.
100%. I miss Fred in these games. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bringing on McTominay just makes me miss Fred so much.
So that's a big issue in itself that and I agree, we do miss Fred, but Fred's not good enough.
Exactly.
So that shows where we're at. That players who are not good enough are missing. Yeah, like
Amrabat and Mainoo are getting way more.
No, the thing is, I agree
the ball
with you.
Forward.
Amrabat and Mainoo will help, I think, with moving the ball forward. Like I said,
like
from a
better
defensive
version
standpoint.
of what we
But
needed.
we still don't create enough and still don't score enough.
Even Mason Mount, bro.
He's terrible.
No, stop. I don't think
He's terrible.
I don't think he's terrible yet.
Omar. Listen.
No,
this is
oh,
the first time we've done a live stream.
Oh, now you don't want to give him a hug.
No,
Omar,
listen, it's different.
Omar, I get it. I get it. But I can guarantee, Omar, never on any panel, you know what I'm saying? You've been on your own channel. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. When you've been on Staffy's channel, when you've been on anyone else's channel, when you've spoken in your group chats, when you've spoken to people in life, never once in your life, in the entire time you've been supporting Manchester United, did you sit there and go, you know who I think we need to get? Mason Mount. Them words never left your mouth. Never left your mouth. No other Manchester United fan ever said that, and he's been in the league for 4 years.
I'm gonna keep it up with you. Let me tell you this, the real story why I really love Mason Mount.
Yeah, I knew this.
It comes down when he was at Vitesse. When he was at Vitesse, FIFA career mode thing. He was one of my first scouts. All of a sudden, boy got lit. Then I seen the growth. I see Derby. I see Chelsea, UCL. So low key, there's an attachment.
See? The attachment is there from FIFA. I get that, but it's nothing. It's nothing he did. It's nothing he did.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's nothing he did in the Chelsea
he's
shit.
a very
Because
technical baller.
No,
he's not.
No United fan nowhere on planet Earth ever watched him. He was at Chelsea for 4 seasons in the same league, same country. We watched him, seen highlights, spoke to Chelsea fans about him. Nobody ever said, you know who Manchester United need to go get to improve our midfield? Mason Mount. No one.
Flawless, how many people made fun of us? Actually, funny enough, Omar, you don't know this. I met Flawless for the first time on a show where Hassan brought us on so he can make fun of us for signing Mason Mount. That's when I first met Flawless. And I was going to tell you, name me one person that when we signed Mount, they were like, you know what, I'm fucking jealous that you guys signed him. You know, you guys got a steal there. Everyone texted us to make fun of us. I said
it was horrible from the jump. This is a man who has 8 open play assists in 4 years. So forget about him being creative. His highest, he scored double-figure goals once. So forget about him.
He's on number 7. Yo,
problem.
Everybody in here, my stocks is up on Mason Mount. Y'all could come shred me later. Y'all could come flame me, roast me, whatever y'all want to do, right? I'm gonna be the optimistic one.
I
still want Mason Mount over Luke Shaw, though.
I respect it, Omar, because you said it there, optimistic. Because if we signed an actual baller, you wouldn't be optimistic. You'd be like, yo, such and such is a baller. We gonna ball out. Same way the way you spoke about Amrabat. See how you talk about Amrabat and see how you talk about Mason Mount. Understand the difference.
I ain't gonna hold you. There's a story there too. That's North African bias.
Yeah, of course.
But he is a good player.
But he's a great player. You know what it is with Amrabat? It's the heart, bro. I love players with heart. If you go, like what I love about Reguilon, he came on the field today and he played his heart out.
Bro, Amrabat tracks back the second goal today. What's his name? Nabry or whatever. That second goal, he tracks back. That's what we need in this team. This is why I'm saying.
And other than World Cup performances, Staffy, I still watched that Conference League final, and I swear on everything, I am not being biased again. I personally thought he looked better than Declan Rice, and he was getting.
He played, but Fiorentina kept the ball that game. If you guys remember.
No, they were unlucky. They were unlucky.
I'm looking forward to having him because he played in an offensive-minded team with an attacking manager.
But Staffy,
this is what we need in this team.
I want you to cover this too, because me and Flawless covered this, and Kabak looks like he wants to know. I personally said we agreed that he's not getting the ball. So personally, on Palestri right here.
Oh, and Palestri.
Yep. No, I'm just saying when after that move on to that.
Oh, they want me to talk about Palestri. I mean,
because me and Flawless dropped on hints on why Palestri not moving the ball. He really didn't receive the ball. So that was early in the episode. I guess Kabak came in or he wasn't paying attention to us, and then we're gonna have to smack Kabak up a little bit. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. To be fair though, I think he had a tough matchup against Alphonso Davies. I think it was the right decision to play him today because at least off the ball, he offers you some track back. And because, I mean, Alphonso Davies is very attacking minded. So you needed to put a real winger today with some pace to keep up with him. He was never going to have a good game against Alphonso Davies because you can see there was no chance of him making any runs in behind where he can, beat his defender. It should have been, I'm not going to lie, it should have been Rashford because Rashford had an easy matchup today. He had Conrad Laymer on the other side and he should have been cooking that guy.
He was cooking him a little bit.
No, he didn't. His touch was a trampoline. A couple times in the beginning.
Yeah, he went past him.
The one that he shot flawless. You remember in the early game, he beat him, then he caught up, cut in, and then he shot instead of passing.
He should have crossed.
And that's the issue. If he crosses it, if he goes across the goal, he has Højlund, and there was one more behind him.
I think it might be Palestri in there as well. But yeah, I agree with that. And just to bath time tells you all you need to know. Talking about Mount. And he's like, so again, this is how good Mount is, people. He was signed to improve our press. Talking about an offensive player, an attacking player, and the first thing we mention is him with the let's stop, man. Let's stop with the copium. It's not a good signing. It was horrific, and it's okay. It's okay to say it was a bad signing.
He shouldn't be our main midfielder. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, he was his first signing.
And that's a big concern.
And that's the issue, Omar. No wonder why this guy is getting.
That shit spanked me like this.
This is Omar. You need to understand. This is why a lot of people like me, people like Flawless, who want to be patient with the manager. By the way, I don't even know if Flawless is Ten Hag in or out, but I know he's giving him shit just for that signing. Because I will remind you, because I'm not looking at today's game, and I don't want to speak for Flawless, but I know he's probably going to say the same thing. He's not looking at this game today, and he's like, you know what? If we had Mount today, it could have been a different result. I don't think he's thinking that. Am I right, Flawless?
You are spot on.
That's what I'm saying. And that's the main issue.
Never did I watch that and go, all right, yeah, you know what the crazy part is? When we was linked to him, I was at Old Trafford when we played Chelsea and we beat them 4-1 in the season. The season just gone. I was there. And as I'm watching and we're not playing well at points, even though it was a 4-1 game, I'm not like, yeah, Mason Mount fixes this. No
one did. No, this is why we're sitting here. We're talking about an 18-year-old before we talk about Mount. And I don't even want to make this a Mount show because the guy didn't play. But let's be very honest. This is why Ten Hag is getting some hate, Omar, because he changed what he wanted to do last year compared to this year. And Flawless, if you remember, that was the first thing I said when we were on that show with Hussam. I said, how do you go from wanting a Frankie de Jong to a year later that wanting a Mason Mount, and they're two different profiles? I have to sit here and question what he's trying to do because some of his signings last year don't complement the signings this year.
That's the
biggest worry.
I 100%. Don't know what the manager is trying to do. Whether I agree or disagree with it, I need to be able to.
You just don't know it. 100% flawless.
I don't know because it's like when people say, "Oh, Manchester United are a counter-attacking side. We're a transition." No,
that's what I'm trying to tell you, though.
We're not.
Let's wait till everybody's settled.
But the thing is, though, even without everybody there, last season it happened when players was missing. Varane was missing at points last season. Other players was missing. I could see what the manager was trying to do, and we grinded out results. Defensive resilience. The reason why we got so many good results, exceeded all my expectations last season, and won a trophy was because of our defensive resilience. But there was an idea.
100%.
There was an idea.
Sorry to interrupt you, my brother. I got 15 people in here, man. 15 people. That's the highest it been. It's the highest it been. Yo, so listen, I'm at 14 likes. So that means there's one hater lingering in here. So that when you either stay in here, get your ass out of here, please and thank you. Do not waste my time. As you see, I take my like serious, brother. I got my
guys. Let me tell you something.
Come chat it up, and for you to listen and not like my show. Smack freaking.
Let me tell you something, guys. This channel right here, Omar's trying to grow. He has so many plans. I can't even tell you guys now what he's trying to do.
One plan is we're gonna chill with Flawless and get some great visuals. I'm gonna tell you that in Manchester. It's coming.
This channel, that's what I'm saying. If you don't invest, I told you guys this about my channel about 5 weeks ago, and you guys got me to 1,000 subs like that. We got to do the same with Omar.
Congratulations.
Because I am telling you, you will see a lot more from this channel. If you rate my channel, I promise you this channel is going to do a lot more. So start investing in stocks right now. You know, Dogecoin, when it was like, I don't know, 0.0000 something, this is what the channel's at right now. Get it before it reaches $1 because it's going to be too expensive by then. So hit that like button, bro.
It's hitting. As you see, the recruitment hitting different. If the recruitment hitting different, so make sure I want this to be my most liked episode ever, other than my, you know what I'm saying, my live reaction ones. But yo, back to the juicy things, man. What we see moving forward, we got Burnley on Saturday.
Pete, we're here talking about Eriksen shouldn't be playing in the 8, which I do agree. I understand why he played him there today, but who's gonna be back fit on Saturday that changes that?
It's gonna be Mount, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Flawless. After all the slander I just gave him, I actually want to see him start on the weekend.
Okay, so you play Mount, Bruno, Casemiro. Is that the midfield three? You saying
that's what's available right now? I don't want to, but that's what we have right now.
I know Amrabat's back in training, so hopefully Amrabat. But in regards to Saturday, I don't know what he can do different to change it. I think just hopefully we beat them because we're playing opposition not as good. But it's as close to as a must-win game without it being a must-win game. Like, that's where we're at. We're at critical. And you said before, I'm at Ten Hag out or Ten Hag in. And you shout out to my Don Lewis. You know what I'm saying? I have Ten Hag out. That's where I'm at. Red flags. So it's too early in the season for me to be like, yo, get rid of the manager. But what I'm seeing is raising alarm bells currently, because there's certain things I'm watching that I don't understand and I don't get. And I'd rather just be like, all right, manager's going with this vision. I disagree with it, but I can see what the vision is. I don't get what the plan is. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to do. And I don't know why everybody looks bad. If any manager's employee has a whole team and everybody in the team is underperforming, yes, individual accountability is a thing. I'm looking at the manager though. Why are all these same players who you got to play to their maximum or above their maximum last season currently can't get nowhere near the best? Nobody is, apart from Reguilon, who's played well, Højlund as well, the 2 new signings who are going to have that enthusiasm. Why does everybody else look average or below? Something's off. Everybody does.
The energy in the atmosphere, the smiles are slowly coming in. Bro, all I think is a solid win. We spank a team. We just need that one team we feast on. You know, like when
it doesn't change anything. Oh my God!
I'm telling you.
Listen, we can go beat Burnley 6-0. It won't change anything for me.
It's like 8, bro. Once you slaughter, everybody gets some goals. You get the confidence. The Ole. It was just like Ole on the wheel. The energy.
No, Omar, but it's not a confidence issue. Yes, confidence is one of the issues. But it's not like this team is just like unlucky only, and they just need a little bit of confidence and they'll be hitting. Flawless nailed the nail on the head right there when he said these players, most of them are not playing good, and some of these guys are our best players. Why is some of our best players not playing well? They're all playing horrible, and you have to put that down to the manager. How was Casemiro having a bad year when last year was having a good year? How was Lisandro having a bad year when last year was having a good year? There's a lot of questions to be raised. The style of football.
Y'all. Smash the I got 2 boys in here dropping theories and faith.
I mean, you're not gonna get a lot of better ball knowledge on Man United than here right now. I'm gonna tell you that. I mean, it's enough that Flawless is here, and I swear to God, I'm not even saying this because Flawless is here. I swear to God, I don't rate 99% of the United fan base. He makes it in that 1%. I swear to you, I'm gonna say here. I say it all the time. But
you have said that before.
It's more than just confidence. It's what's that?
I said I appreciate the kind words, my guy.
No, of course, bro. I really keep it a buck here. But it's more than confidence for me, Omar. I mean, I understand. I actually know what he's trying to do. He's trying to change the style from last year to this year. This is why you're seeing a lot of goals being conceded. I did expect that, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. I don't expect Casemiro to be left alone in the 6 looking this bad.
The thing is, though, what is the style you think I can't see it. I don't even know what he's trying to implement. I don't see it.
Hey, Flawless, you got to listen. This is what I'm saying. From what I'm seeing is he's trying to play quick transition ball, bro. That's what I think. Is he? Yeah, I really think.
But here's the thing, Omar.
I don't think
what we have on the field, it's gonna be impossible to play fucking quick transition.
Okay, so let's go to that. If you're playing quick transition ball, and this is not me singling him out, you don't sign Mason Mount.
And you don't sign.
He's not a quick transition baller.
Is really crazy.
No. It's not an agenda. Listen to what you just said. We just said he's trying to. I disagree. I don't think he's trying to implement a transition ball. I can't see what he's trying to do.
What you saying?
But I'm saying I don't know, because I've seen us play many different ways. I've seen us play possession-based football this season. I've seen us play counter-attacking or attempt to counter-attack. I've seen us attempt at playing transition ball. But we don't have a set style. I can't tell you what our style is.
One thing I'll agree is compared to last season, we look clueless. Because at least last season I seen an identity.
No, there was a plan. It was.
Yeah, there was, and you see the ball flow was there was.
But that's the issue, Omar.
Talk to me.
This is the issue because the plan last season is not the plan this season. Okay, I think he's trying to do. He's very adaptable to games, or he tries to be at least. I think he approaches games not in a way where like I have one set style that I'm gonna play 100%. There's gonna be a little bit of different. There's days where we're gonna be more transition based, and there's days where we're gonna be more possession based. But I'm gonna build a team that's hybrid enough to adapt to both. But here is the issue. Last year, you signed Casemiro, Eriksen, and Antony. This year, you went and signed Mount, you signed Amrabat, and you signed what's his name, Højlund and Onana. These guys don't all fit one system. So when you tried to sit back a little bit more last season and try to pass out a little bit better last season, it was different. These players were able to fit in. When you tried to play quote-unquote transition football, look at Antony as an example. Antony does not scream out transition football to me. Antony is a possession-based player. Because what is the first thing he does when he gets the ball? He gets the ball, he cuts back, and he looks for a pass in the midfield or the guy who's overlapping or something. He's not a Mo Salah as an example. Mo Salah is a pure transition player. He sees you, and he sees red. I just want to run at you, and I'll beat you, or I'll try to beat you. That's a transition player. When you look at Antony, Antony's not like that. Same for Eriksen. Eriksen is built for a possession-based team. When he spoke about Eriksen, if you guys remember that, they said, why did you sign Eriksen? He said because he played in Ajax and he gets the Ajax philosophy. The Ajax philosophy is possession-based football. They don't play transition football. So you're asking him to go last year to, even though last year we kind of countered most times, unless we were at home. I will be honest, at home we did keep possession. You would ask him next year to play transition, and the guy is the opposite of transition. He screams the opposite of transition. He's 180 degrees away from transition. Same for Casemiro. Casemiro has never played with a 10, and I'll tell you that. Like when you look at prime Casemiro, his prime time with Real Madrid, he always played with Toni Kroos and Modric. Now you're having him do a lone six job with no one holding his hand next to him. And even when you start bringing in Eriksen, who holds his hand next to him, he's not good defensively, so he's being sacrificed. And then you have Bruno, who's playing about 15, 20 yards away from them at most times. That midfield is so dysfunctional. So even Casemiro, you brought him in to break up play last season, and now you're asking him to progress the ball. So these players that he recruited last year, I just don't think they match the ones that recruited this year. And that's my biggest issue. I think he's confused on what he wants to do. He tried to do too much at once, where I feel like, you know what? He felt like the first two games last season, I could play possession-based. Then he realized that the league is too physical. So he went for a couple physical players, like Antony and Casemiro. And then when he decided to play ball a season later and signed Onana, he realized because last year he was getting players who were just physical. Now, actually, most of them are not good on the ball. So every time Onana passes the ball to someone, we can't keep the ball. So hoofball wasn't that bad anyways. You know why today we looked actually decent for parts of the game? We was playing long ball the whole time. I want you guys to tell me, go back to those 20 minutes and tell me how many times did we try to play the ball on the floor?
And you know what? And it wasn't because I said it. I was on my watch alongs and Onana. There was 3 or 4 times where he went long. It was more often than not. It was to Højlund. And even if he lost he lost the initial challenge.
We won it right away.
We picked up the second balls, and that's the thing is, I agree with Bath Time to an extent in regards to athleticism. We should have got athletes. I say it all the time. I'll say it again. Football at the highest level in Europe is a pace and power game. That is a must. It's a necessity. It's not a luxury. When you look at the best teams in Europe, whoever you think the best team is, guaranteed their team is filled with pace and power. Yes, of course, you need other attributes. You need technical attributes. You need mental attributes. Of course, including football and IQ. However, we lack athletes. We lack pace and power in this team. And that's what I was saying all summer long. As much as we had a good season last season, we needed to improve upon it. And the manager being confused at what he wants to do. Because I've seen us play different ways in these first
I think Amrabat is an athlete, though, bro.
Yeah, Amrabat.
100%. And Kobe
was an athlete.
Mount is
yeah,
an
I agree with that.
Mount is an athlete.
Mount is definitely not athletic. He's just energetic.
Energetic. You look at energy. I mean, that makes you an athlete as well. If you can run a lot, you're
because athleticism is agility, strength,
when you think
running power.
I see what you're saying.
You're thinking Andre Onana from. Oh, I'm doing the guy from.
That's who we should have. And ironically, one of the players I said we should have went and signed. You
But,
go
bro,
and get him.
Bro. Wallah, I said the same thing.
You
bro.
you legit go and sign him.
They made
He's
fun
down
of
the
me, bro.
road.
They
He's
made
down
fun
the
of me,
road,
bro.
and
They said he's shit.
He'd be cheap, number one, and two, what a perfect backup for Casemiro. Not buy him to start him, but you buy him to have him in the squad.
Bro,
and you
breaks
sign
up
him
play.
Yes.
Breaks up play, physical.
Yes.
Give us length because, by the way, our team is short. We have small players. We don't actually have big players.
If I speak, I'm gonna get in trouble on that.
And I said that, bro. He has one of the best breakup stats in the league, and he's playing for freaking Everton, bro. You can probably say Everton has to defend all the time, but the guy's actually getting successful tackles, so you gotta give him his props. I got laughed at, bro. Hence why I told you 90% of this fan base are great.
You know who looked like dude at Everton looked that good when he was there, right?
Who?
You know, Fellaini. Bro, it's a glorified Fellaini. That's really what he is.
Nah, he don't know because he's Fellaini. No, because Fellaini
very similar. Very similar to Fellaini.
They're just tall. They're just tall.
No. Because Fellaini, like you said it there, scored goals. Fellaini was offensive.
Yeah, he doesn't say that middle row of.
Yeah, but he's not athletic. He's not athletic like him. He doesn't have the. He's not Fellaini's not.
That's why I'm saying he's a glorified Fellaini.
No, he's not because they do absolutely different roles. You're just seeing two tall players from Everton. I mean, they don't look the same.
Bro, you remind me of them so much.
Listen, they're both from Belgium. They're both from Belgium, even though the skin color is different. But that doesn't make them the same player. You gotta relax.
This is the same guy who say, "Yeah, Mason Mount's a good signing."
Oh, bro, see what I have to deal with, bro. This guy, he's lucky that I like him, bro. He's lucky that I like him.
You know what's funny, bro?
And I'm not saying signing Onana to be I'm first choice. I'm saying as a squad player, great option. As a squad player, fantastic option. You have him, you have Kobe Mainoo, you have Amrabat, you have Casemiro, and then we should have signed Maddison, and we would have been caught him in the midfield. Should have signed Maddison.
James Ward-Prowse. That was one right there.
No, James Ward-Prowse.
Stop. Let's not do that. He's bro.
Yeah, let's not do that.
You would have ate for us.
Let's not do that. Our team's too. He's great from set pieces, but our team's too smart. But like, we should have went and signed James Maddison.
I'm not lying. I would have took.
Madison would have been a great one.
We could have easily. You know who we should have got? We should have got Maddison. We should have signed Lavia.
We should have sold Bruno. And we should have sold Bruno. But
I hear that.
You need the rotation. Madison should have been a pickup. I don't know how people just let him go for what was it?
Facts. Yes,
40 million, bro.
You could have signed Maddison for 40 and had Lavia for 50. That's 90 million, and you have two quality midfielders to add.
But then our manager is given what's his name, Bruno, the captaincy, and this is why. Listen, I don't want to say Ten Hag out. He's given me so many reasons to not believe in him, like I did last season. Like I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, but I see so many mistakes, and it's just like they're major mistakes that are costing us, and I have to call them out. Bro, it was after the Brighton game. People were saying, well, most of the players that he signed are not there. And I sat there and I was like, let me look at the 11. And listen, it is flawless. It was a lie. And I'll tell you why. I sat there. I was like, let me do basic math. There's 11 players. I'm pretty sure I can count up to 11. I went to school. And I counted Onana. I counted Reguilon. I counted, what's his name, Lisandro. I counted Casemiro. I counted Eriksen. And I counted Højlund. That's 6 players of the 11 that he signed. And then I was like, all right, so that's already over 50%. But then I saw Bruno, you gave him the captaincy, so you clearly rate him. Rashford, you gave him a new contract, so you clearly rate him. So that's 8 players out of the 11 that you're so certain about.
I didn't on top of that as well. Dalot, he gave a contract too, so that's 9. Lindelof, he was happy to keep. That's yours. Eriksen's your signing too. Like, that's your
100%.
team.
He didn't play Donny, who he doesn't want. He didn't play Fred, that he doesn't want.
These boys earned it from last season. We cannot deny that.
No, I'm not disputing that.
But that's the point, Omar.
I am not disputing it. But again, I wasn't fooled by last season because I said as much as I enjoyed it, as much as these players played well, we need to improve. I said all summer long, I banged on about this. We need 5 new first teamers. I said this, and that's just first teamers, forget squad players, because this squad is so short in terms of quality. And I think because the manager was operating at a high level at that point and was getting the most, our quality players were performing to a high level. So Martinez, Varane, Casemiro, Rashford were performing to a very good level.
Even Bruno. And I
was going to get to that. Everyone else was playing well or above. You know what I'm saying? Everyone was either playing to their standard or above their standard. Yeah. Yes. But now our better players are not performing to a standard, and our average to poor players have returned to average and poor, and now we are struggling. This is why you need quality. And this is what we didn't do, is sign quality. Because forget about quality. Quality, we should be organized. I watched Arsenal play Everton. Everton are one of the worst teams in the league in terms of quality. But one thing I can say about them, 1, they have a clear plan, and 2, they are organized. We are neither of those things. 1, I don't know what the plan is. And 2, I don't know... we're not organized either. The goals we can, how are Everton with worst manager, worst 11, worst squad, defensively look better than us? Explain that. How?
You know
wouldn't
what's
trade their
flawless?
teams for theirs.
Because this season for us, flawless, and I said this I think on my show last time when we were building up to the game. This season for us is Arteta's first season when he finished 8th. It's equivalent to that because you have to go through growing pains to become the team that you want to be. The biggest mistake that we did, whether it's the manager's fault or whether it's the ownership fault, not the ownership, but like everyone above the manager, is that we delayed our process a year later. If you look at even now, but because we keep getting compared to Spurs, I was like, how's Spurs playing better than us in 5-6 games than we have in a whole year? The first thing the manager does when they come in, and Pep did the same thing, they changed the back line. Who did he change? He signed a center back and he signed a goalkeeper. We had to play hoofball for a year, which is why we did no development in terms of how we build up from the back. It was only in glimpses. We didn't do it most of the time because we didn't have a goalkeeper that was good at it. So the manager said, you know what? If I can't get my goalkeeper this year, I'll get him next year. But we delayed the process by a year. It's like if you have work to do and you delay a day later, it doesn't mean that work is going to go away. You just have to do it a day later. That season, the first season, didn't count for anything because we didn't play this way that we wanted to build up into this season. Because I'll tell you something, now that I'm looking back at it, and I really mean this, if last year we would have finished out of the top 4, but it meant that this year we'd play better football, I would 100% would go back and take it. Because I don't care for the Carabao Cup, and I don't care that we finished top 4 because it didn't lead to anything. If we would have played the way that the manager wants to play, and let's say we finished 6th or 7th, but then this year we become better because we signed similar profiles to what we did last year, and it's a continuation of the progress that we did the last year, I would 100% take it. Because Arteta finished 8th, what was it, 5th? And then he finished second. And it just shows you that you got to believe in your process. You can't delay the work.
You can't delay it. But here's the thing with Arteta, though. We watched him switch it up. Because for the first 2 seasons, season and a half.
It was pragmatic.
Arsenal,
I agree.
It was pragmatic. It was defensive.
But he was recruiting right, flawless.
Yeah. And then once he got his own players in, he started to do that. The thing is, because I see my man in the chat, I forgot his name, who's been in here, and he's talking about us playing a high line. Just revert back to what we did last year. Yeah. Bath time. Shout out to Bath time. Yeah. Just revert back. Like, that's what I don't understand. It worked for you last season. Why have you gone away from it this season? It worked. What are you? That's what don't. And not only have you gone away from that plan, you have no plan. It's like the pressure is getting to him. Like, I don't understand what you're trying to do. Just revert back to last season and play that way. Play more defensive.
He tried to do that today, though, the 4-2-3-1.
And he did, and lo and behold, we actually looked decent for 20 minutes.
No.
Because he made a mistake last game when he switched it. We should have never done that, and he learned his lesson. He was
but after the first goal, we should have went. My boy swapping flies in the middle of the night over there. It's getting weird in Manchester. I thought New York had the weird stuff. It's getting weird over there,
man. You know what I'm saying? Buzzing around. I missed it. I ain't Mr. Miyagi, but go on.
Really? Wow, Venus flytrap. What you call it now is Kim Min-jae. Right here, right, was a huge miss. This I totally agree because today the boy looks so composed, so controlled, but he still got 3 goals scored on by a terrible team. So that's something to keep food prepared.
I don't know why we didn't. Do you know the crazy part about the Kim Min-jae thing is I don't know why.
I think we had the priorities of getting because we didn't end up going for a center back. It was Johnny Evans.
Yeah, so that shows that we wanted a centre back, and we agreed personal terms with Kim Min-jae, and he had the release clause at Napoli, but for whatever reason, we didn't activate the release clause. So somebody, whether it's Ten Hag, whether it's the hierarchy, or whether it's both, said no. So whoever said no has to hold on, has to be accountable for that. That was a poor decision. Whoever made that.
No, but listen, this is where I'm gonna finish off at right here.
Yeah, go on.
This is right here. When our squad is 100%, then we can really worry. Because that's one thing I just, as much as I sit in front of the TV and I'm like this, oh my God, like fucking play ball. That's me. At least for somebody to play fucking ball. But if the squad is not fully fit, I really can't know what system we're fucking playing, what we're trying to do, who we could sit out, who can we sit out. It's a bad patch with everything going on. The Anthony shit, the Mason Greenwood shit, the injuries. Obviously, we had a tough run of games compared to everybody else, bro.
I hear that, but the reason why I'm not with when the squad is 100% fit, because you should play the same way despite who the personnel is.
Granted, I'm with you.
And the thing is that's crazy on the top of that, Omar, sorry to cut you off, is we watched him do this last season. When players was missing, the style was still the same. The plan was still the same. Varane didn't.
But it was easier to play last season, flawless, because it's easier to play defensive-minded football than to try to be expensive. When you try to be expensive, you get exposed.
And that's my point: is revert back to it. Why don't
but
we
would
just
you
revert
rather
back to
go
it?
back to that flawless, or would you rather just get done with it? You know, when you have a plaster on it, you just rip it off.
No, the reason why
you want
I'd
to take it
rather
off slowly, or just rip it off.
No, the reason why I'd revert back to it and go back to it because it's a results business. And if we carry on like this, he's not making it to Christmas. Let's call a spade a spade. This whole thing about this whole thing about style is and implementing a style is all well and good. But let's not get mistaken. You cannot continue to play like this. We've lost what? 4 of our last 5 games now, is it? Have we lost 3 in a row?
We lost Arsenal. Yeah, we lost Arsenal, Brighton.
We lost 3
Bayern, but we beat Forest.
So all right, so we've lost our last 3 games. Let us go get
beat by... Wolves was an L. Wolves was an L. We got saved. We literally got. We could all agree.
The point that I'm making is revert back. You have to at some point. If Plan A is not working and you're trying to play expansive football, which, like I said, I can't see. You are Manchester United manager. You are not afforded the luxury of just losing games. If he carries on like this and we carry on getting beat and you die on this hill, you're gonna get sacked. You're not making it to Christmas. You're not making it. It's results based.
If we don't take this Burnley game serious, I swear to God, if he doesn't take end of players, then he's done by Monday. It was like the Ole article that came out. You know what he said? He said he went into halftime and he told the guys, like, yo, this could be my last game.
He shouldn't have made it that long, but that's a whole different conversation.
They got lucky that he made it that long. If we're going by Ole's standards, then Ten Hag still has a lot of time because Ole should have been sacked like about a year before he did. Because every time he would get saved by, remember this was, he would get saved by like purple patches. He would lose like a bunch in a row, but then he would win like 10, and everyone's like, oh my God, Ole's back at the wheel, but then we'd start losing again. It was either up or down. There was never like a middle level with Ole. So,
and to this, you said when teams learn your tactics, how could you play the same as last year? We need to give it time. It's hard to watch, but we have to be multi-dimensional. You only get time with results, people. If he carries on getting beat, which if he carries on with this, we are going to continue to lose football matches. Does anyone in the chat, to you, Trinity, anybody else in the chat, anybody watching this, anyone watching this after, believe if we carry on like this, with everybody fit, that we are indeed going to get results? Why? Who's adding to this team from an attacking standpoint? And I stand by that. Defensively, will we improve with Varane and Amrabat? Yes. Who is coming into this side to create and score goals? Who? Anthony scored 4 goals last season. Mason Mount's not creative. He has 8 open play assists in 4 years. That is 2 a year from open play. This man gets on average. And that's who we're relying on to say, yo, he's going to turn it around. Højlund, I think he'll add to it. But come on, man. What are we doing? Someone tell me, please. Again, you implementing a style is all well and good, but you need short-term results. This is Manchester United Football Club. Word to Saeed. If he carries on losing, he's going to be out the door. Sorry, go, Staffy.
I hear that. No, I was just going to say, because you were talking about the goals, and I was going to say, listen, I agree with you, but I think the main issue for me right now is we got to stop conceding goals.
Agreed.
And to stop conceding goals and to score goals, you need to do one thing. That's one thing in common between them. You need to keep the ball. Because Louis van Gaal used to say the best way to defend is to keep the ball. If you have the ball, they can't score against you. And that's facts. So my main concern is finally having a midfield that is able to string a few passes together. That has been my concern for a while. You don't need to be possession based, and you don't need to be counter attack, or you don't need to be anything to be able to pass a few balls together. Any team, no matter what your philosophy is, should be able to control the game, not for 90 minutes, but in spells. And until we go into controlling the game in spells, if you pin back a team for about 20, 15 minutes, eventually you'll get a goal. Because Arsenal don't control the game for 90 minutes, but they'll have spells like they did against us, where they pinned us back in the last 20 minutes, and eventually they got a goal. Goals come if you have the ball and the ball's somewhere in that box. We can't score when we're spending most of the time defending and try to win the ball back, whether it's high press, low press. So the minute we start controlling games, I will start talking about, okay, now I'm concerned that we're not scoring enough goals. But I can't worry about goals when my midfielders can't even keep the ball. How can I score if I'm in my half? I need to get the ball, put the ball in their half, and now we can talk about scoring goals, because now we're not conceding, and now we have the potential to create chances. But we're never going to get to that final phase if we're not even keeping the ball. So it's a lot of work, but I still stand at the point that when we get some players back, we will 100% look
No,
better.
better times ahead.
We're gonna look a lot. I'm not
times.
promising anyone that we're gonna be a league contender because I said it in the summer, and it's very obvious now that Flawless. Remember, we said that to Terry multiple times, and Terry would be like, "We're adding 4 players, and we could contend for the league." And I'm like,
contend for the league.
Adding players and saying I got better quality are two different things. Because I could add numbers, but it doesn't mean that I added quality, and that's the main thing that we did this season. We added numbers, and then we lost him to injury anyway, so that's bad luck. But we never added quality; we just added numbers. So I think we'll be better. We won't be great, but we will be better. So I just want to be patient until that happens. And I'm not gonna lie. As crazy as the sun, I still think we're gonna finish top 4. By the way, because I feel like there's a couple teams that are on honeymoons, and we're not one of them. Obviously, we're on a nightmare right now, and I still think we're gonna see the real quality of this team just a little bit down the road. I think when we play in a way where Casemiro is starting to look better, Varane is back into the team, Amrabat is back in the team, you're able to use Kobe Mino instead of Eriksen, because all these minutes that Eriksen are getting, these were supposed to be Kobe Mino minutes. Obviously the right wing is an issue right now, but other than that, I still see a lot of potential to improve. Nothing crazy, but a lot better than this, because this is actually, I don't think it can get worse than this at this point.
No, 100%.
Hey, wait till Saturday, 10 p.m. UK time. It could get worse. Yeah, it could get worse. I'm not confident going into that game, but Staffy, I hope you're right in regards to the players come back and we improve, because it's looking
spooky.
Yes, extremely spooky.
But boys, let's wrap this up. Tell me, Flawless, where can they find you, my boy?
People, thank you for having me, Omar.
First of all, thank you everybody that tuned into the chat. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Thank you, Staffy and Flawless, bro. Thank you, my brother. Thank you both gentlemen for joining in, giving me a.
Am I gonna be on the thumbnambl one day? Because
he told me last minute.
Listen, maybe you think Flawless is better looking. That's fair, but
both handsome. I'll take myself out and I'll put you in. You know what I'm saying? Put the supermodels in there, and then the green-eyed monster can sit to the side for a little bit. I'm fine with that. Yo, good GG lads. Thank you so much. This is for real, GG. But I'm talking, this was it. Before everybody leaves, I want you to drop a W if you want to see this episode back again on a weekly basis. Of course, that's everybody. If they're in here are free. This was a beautiful episode, beautiful connection, beautiful vibes, beautiful everything. So drop a W. If you don't drop a W, I'm gonna smack the living hell out of you.
People.
They definitely know I got hits too.
Bump up the like, subscribe to the channel.
Omar, if you're watching on the replay, definitely
make sure you watch your like.
Please
subscribe.
Pump the likes.
Big up for having me, Omar. Much appreciated. You can find me at That's Me Flawless on Twitter and Instagram, people, at That's Me Flawless, and then Sarcasm City TV on YouTube, people. Sarcasm City TV, we're live every day on the YouTube. Not talking just Manchester United, of course. Manchester United are always a big talking point, but we discuss the rest of the Premier League as well. Live streams every single day. So that Sarcasm City TV, go over there and hit the subscribe button.
Everything I'm gonna add Staffy's too. Everything is in the description. Everybody that's in here definitely already subscribes to Staffy, most likely. So you know what I'm saying. If y'all didn't, y'all getting spanked up too. But Flawless, thank you so much for the great welcome, the great energy. Staffy, you gotta do it. Where to find you, my brother?
I know if they didn't see,
if they can't see this, I don't know what I'm saying.
I mean, if they didn't see this during the show, I don't know what's gonna help. But
that's
it's right behind me.
I like that. That's
good luck. Big up. Staffy TV, and it's Staffy_TV. You know what? There's some channel that's called Staffy, but it's a channel about dogs, and they have like 16 subscribers. I hate how when you put Staffy, they pop up before me because I have way more subs. So I need to speak to whoever runs YouTube. But you can find me on Staffy TV. That's Staffy_TV. And listen, I'm trying to recruit Flawless to Staffy TV too. I'm like, listen, you got to make it your debut soon because
definitely.
There's a lot to talk about.
When you messaged me, I said, because obviously, ironically, he messaged me, but Omar had already messaged me. This is the show. That's why I didn't do it when you said it to me. But definitely just message me and we'll pattern it. And I'll definitely make my debut over there. Much appreciated.
I'm definitely going to try to bring you on. Listen, I'm thinking about having a show about Bruno Fernandes because you know what? I know too many people who don't like Bruno. You haven't even met Temi. I think, Omar
Temi talks.
Temi.
Yeah, Temi's my guy. Yeah, I know Temi. Yeah.
Imagine, bro, we can have a feast over Bruno. Like I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about the show that we can have talking about Bruno, and it's just, bro, I'm getting excited. But anyways, guys, I'm just saying, keep an eye on Flawless because you'll see him on my channel soon. So, and big up, and don't forget to hit the like button on your way out.
Please, thank you so much, boys. Great channel, and of course, we are out. We outside, and catch you next game on Burnley. You heard? So y'all stay safe and be safe.